Hello everyone. So today let us talk about dashboards in Jira, and I want to talk about one really annoying thing about dashboards in Jira. Now, first of all, I'm a consultant. I'm a Jira consultant. I help organizations get the most out of Jira, and I try wherever applicable, wherever possible. I try not to use too many apps. In fact, I try to use Jira natively, and I only suggest using an app when I can feel or see the need of using an app and the value that that app will bring, not only to solve the current problem, but also looking at the organization's goals, feature state. Now, when it comes to reporting in Jira, Jira native dashboards are nice. They're good, but there are some annoying things about it. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about one really annoying thing, and I have mentioned in the past that inability of Jira dashboards to let you configure the colors of your pie chart, which is really strange, and I don't know why. Because you may have two different pie charts with different colors, which is something that I mentioned and I talked about. Now, in this video, I want to talk about, especially on Jira Cloud, there is no way to write little bit commentary somewhere on the dashboard. For example, this dashboard is for software development, right? But sometimes for management, it is really useful if we can also have some kind of text somewhere on top where we can explain something along with the text. It would be good to have some kind of commentary. Now, what you can do, which many people don't really try, or maybe they are not really aware of, you can actually, this is something that you can do, to be honest, on. So there are two things that you can do, especially on Jira Data Center. You can include the project information, and if you have a project in Jira, then you can also look at the details of the project, where you can have add some commentary, or add some details. But that is of course only for one project. But sometimes you just want to write something about the dashboard, because dashboard in most cases it will have data from multiple sources, multiple projects. And of course, on cloud, we are anyways limited. Now, when it comes to the description of the dashboard, this description is not really, used anywhere. So this is again annoying thing about the dashboards. The other thing that I want to talk about is if you look at these individual gadgets. Now, even in these individual gadgets, there is no way anywhere where you can add some text, I'm not really asking for like detailed information, some simple one-line information with a few things that will help people to maybe navigate. For example, when I create a dashboard, I usually, if I am on data center, there is like a Confluence macro. I create like a page in Confluence. Of course, you need to have Confluence. Then at least there is a way using that method. Then of course I attach that, or basically display those links somewhere on the dashboard. Or if I have information stored in the project details, I show that information on the dashboard. Because and you can also have images, to be honest. That is great, right? But this is not something that you can do on cloud. I know there are apps, and to be honest, I use apps, but these are really basic things. And if I look at Jira, or my experience with Jira over these years, I don't really understand why these features can't be added in the native functionality of Jira. To be honest, on data center version, and that is why I don't really want to say I don't like Jira Cloud. But if you're trying to solve a problem, if you're trying to use a tool on server version or data center version, now it is data center. At least on data center version, if you want, you can always write. I mean, of course, you can do these things using Forge app as well, but Forge is still upcoming, and I believe, and I guess it has started I mean, if I talk about Forge, I'll probably make a separate video on this. Forge will eventually replace, or Forge will become what Scriptner used to be on, or even now it is for data center. Scriptner for Jira on cloud is all right because you can write a Groovy script to do something a bit more. I mean, you can have a bit more logic in your automation, which you can't really do with automation rules. But when it comes to doing customizations on data center version of Jira, you can create an app, you can create your own app, but usually you have Scriptner anyways, so you can always insert something somewhere. On cloud, of course, again, you have to write an app. If you're talking about Connect app, then of course, it is like too much work. Forge app might work, but Forge is still upcoming. And I think these basic things will make Jira much more useful because majority of people, they use Jira and they want simple things. And these simple things should be there, I believe. I mean, just give us some functionality to add some dashboard specific banner or maybe some pie chart specific text. And it should be native. All right, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about. In this video, I didn't really share anything useful, but in a way I did because it can help you if you're trying to figure out. I mean, to be honest, if you're trying to do reporting in Jira and you're on data center version or cloud, just get EasyBI because you can do a lot of wonderful things with EasyBI. Of course, EasyBI, the problem with EasyBI is, I mean, not a problem, but something that you need to be aware of. Those reports are not real time. Sometimes if I have to send, and to be honest, I do this every day. If I have to make a dashboard for someone where they have to report something every day, end of the day, EasyBI is not really super useful because you have to wait for the next import. So by the time you send them, because sometimes they want to send an email, okay, today we closed 10 defects and 20 defects were raised, but you are still waiting for the EasyBI reports to load up. So things are not perfect, but it could be if we have some capabilities in the native dashboards a bit more. I'm not really asking for making native dashboards too complicated or too advanced, too flexible. Just do some basic bare minimum things that are necessary and that will actually make people happy when it comes to using and adopting Jira. Because I deal with people all the time where all they do is, I mean, it is part of their job. And I've mentioned this many times in the past, but all they do is they export data from Jira to an Excel sheet and they refresh their pivots and then they send it, which is really not the best thing to do. It works, it is fine, people do it all the time. I also do it all the time in my Excel VBA macros. I do have like a button which I click and it will prepare the reports, but I know from my experience, from my years of experience, that these basic things should be improved when it comes to reporting in Jira. All right, that is it for today. Bye-bye.